As you could probably tell from behind me, I've got a few books, and not only is it important to my profession, but I enjoy them. I enjoy reading them. I enjoy finding old books that theological, doctrinal books, commentaries that many of them are out of print, and so that's kind of my obsession, I guess you could say. So I've got way too many books, but I still look for books, and I still try to read new books. And there's a lot of books, especially uh, books written in the last century or so that you just read, the whole book isn't good. Let me just put it that way. In other words, it's got a couple good chapters. Somebody's come up with some good ideas. And after chapter 1 and 2, there's not a whole lot more that needs to be said. You want to say, hey, you got it all done in the first 2 chapters. And so as a result, there's a lot of books that I just buy on Kindle because I don't have any more space for ones that are mostly bad. I know that sounds a little bit harsh, but reading is important. Why would I bring that up? Well, I have a point to it. There is a book that everything from the very beginning to the end is of utmost value to us. The author is perfect. The author has written everything well. The author has a purpose between every letter, every jot and tittle, as we'd so to speak. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Bible. Unfortunately, a lot of us don't read it, and far too many people have not read it from the beginning to the end. They like a book that is of poor quality. They just read the first few verses. We like the creation story. That's kind of fun. And then after a while, we get kind of buried in it, and we just, no, I'm going to skip. And then I skip up to maybe a little book like, Jonah. That sounds fun. I'm going to read that one. And then I jump forward and read a little bit of the Gospels and the short books of Paul. A lot of us like Philippians and Colossians, and there's nothing wrong with those books, and I encourage you to read them. But I want to encourage you as we move into 2023 to read the entire Bible. Read it from beginning to end, from Genesis 1 to the very end of Revelation, and begin to make your way through. I try to do it every year. So as I'm plugging through Genesis at this point, I'm just working my way straight through. I have done it in different ways. I have read part of the New Testament, the Old Testament. There's a lot of different patterns to read through the Bible. But my point is, read it, because you'll be amazed as you dig through even the parts you'd think you didn't like, where Jesus will show up. You'll find hope and encouragement, and you'll find out that you are missing important tidbits that you never knew existed. And most of all, you'll be encouraged by the grace of God you encounter page by page. Are you reading all of the Bible? I encourage you to do so. I'm Bob Orner, and I'd like you to think about that.